Let's make a baby human, the alien girl said before I could even blink. Today, however, the familiar comfort of space seemed to vanish. The sensors aboard his ship, the Aurora Dawn, were blaring in a way they never had before. Alex sat in the command chair, his fingers lightly brushing the controls. The ship hummed beneath him, steady and dependable, but the readings on the screens were anything but normal. A strange signal had appeared on the edge of known space, coming from a star system no human had ever mapped. Lieutenant Mara, Alex called to his communications officer. She was a sharp young woman with quick reflexes and a calm mind. Get me a detailed scan of that signal. I want to know everything about it. Mara nodded, typing rapidly on her console. It's unusual, Captain. The energy signature is unlike anything in the human database. It's alive somehow, pulsating but not like a star. It's intelligent, maybe artificial, but there's something organic about it. Alex leaned forward, curiosity burning in his chest. Organically intelligent. That's impossible. You mean some kind of alien life form? Mara shrugged. If it's not life, it's some advanced technology we've never seen before. Either way, it's not natural. Alex exhaled slowly. He had always dreamed of finding something extraordinary in space. He had trained for years to explore new worlds, chart unknown regions, and make first contact if the opportunity arose. Yet now, faced with the possibility of a true alien encounter, he felt something he rarely did: hesitation. "Plot a course," he said finally, his voice firm. "Let's see where this leads." The Aurora Dawn shifted smoothly, engines humming as the ship accelerated toward the unknown signal. As they approached, the stars seemed to blur, the edges of reality stretching in strange ways. The crew stared at the screens as a swirling energy field appeared, glowing softly in shades of green and blue. "It's beautiful," Mara whispered. "Like a living painting in space." Alex's eyes narrowed. "And dangerous. Keep shields ready. I don't want to take any risks." Suddenly, the energy field pulsed. A bright light engulfed the ship and alarms screamed. Alex gripped the console as the ship trembled. For a moment, he thought they might be ripped apart. Then, as quickly as it came, the turbulence stopped. The stars outside the window returned to their steady glow, but something was different. Ahead, a small craft hovered, sleek and unlike anything humans had built. It shimmered with a strange metallic light, almost as if it was made of liquid metal. The craft was clearly alive in some way Alex could not comprehend. "Is that real?" one of the engineers asked, voice shaking. Alex didn't answer. He had already reached for the comms system. "This is Captain Alex Rayner of the human vessel Aurora Dawn. You are not responding to any known interstellar protocols. Identify yourself." For a moment there was only silence. Then a voice echoed through the speakers. It was clear, melodic, and unmistakably female, yet it sounded strange, alien, almost musical. "Human, come closer," the voice said. "Do not be afraid." Alex froze. "Did she say human?" he asked, his heart racing. "Yes," Mara said, eyes wide. "And the voice, it's speaking something our translator can only partially understand, but it called you human." The alien craft's hatch opened slowly. Alex watched, hardly daring to breathe. And then she appeared. Lyra. That was the name he would later learn. She stepped out of the craft with a confidence and grace that seemed almost unreal. Her skin had a faint glow, and her eyes were like liquid silver, reflecting the stars around her. Bioluminescent markings ran along her arms and neck, pulsing gently with each movement. She looked at Alex directly, as if she could see not just him, but everything about him. Then, without hesitation, she spoke a line that made Alex's jaw drop. "Let's make a baby human." The words hit him like a shockwave. His mind scrambled to process them. Did she really just say what he thought she said? Mara's voice broke through his stupor. "Captain, the translator, it's literal, but I think it's a metaphor. I don't think she means, you know." Alex blinked rapidly, trying to calm himself. "Explain, Mara." She's talking about creating life, a hybrid life form. She wants to combine her species with humans in some way to survive. That's what I can understand from the translation. It's scientific, not personal. Alex exhaled, relief flooding him, but his curiosity flared even higher. He had dreamed of first contact with an alien species, but this was beyond any expectation. Humanity was not just meeting aliens. They were being invited to participate in something extraordinary, something that could change the course of life itself. Lyra stepped closer, her gaze still fixed on him. She gestured toward her craft where strange equipment shimmered with unknown energy. You, human, help new life. Save my people. Alex nodded slowly. He could feel the weight of responsibility pressing on him. This was bigger than exploration or discovery. This was a chance for humanity to do something no one else could. All right, he said finally, his voice steady. We'll help, but we need to understand everything first. Lyra's eyes seemed to light up and she nodded. Understand, then help. Over the next few hours, Alex and his crew learned more about Lyra's world. She spoke of a planet whose star was dying, a civilization facing extinction, and a desperate hope for survival. Her people had discovered that human DNA contained traits that could survive the harsh conditions of their home planet. By combining human and alien genetics, they could create a new generation capable of living on both worlds. It was incredible. Alex could hardly believe it. Humanity, fragile and young in the cosmic scale, was being recognized as a species with potential. The thought filled him with pride and determination, but there was also fear. The process would not be simple. The science was beyond anything humans had attempted, and failure could mean disaster for both species. Alex glanced around at his crew. Some were excited, some were terrified, but all were ready. They had trained for exploration, but now they faced the unknown in a way they had never imagined. Lyra guided them through her craft, showing alien technology that seemed almost magical. Instruments floated in the air, responding to thought and gesture. Energy fields could be manipulated with precise motions. It was both beautiful and intimidating. As night fell over the distant stars, Alex found himself alone on the observation deck, staring out at the vastness of space. He thought about humanity, how fragile yet resilient they were, how curious and brave, and how capable of reaching the stars. And now, he thought, they had a chance to do something greater than survival. They had a chance to help create a new life form, a bridge between species, a symbol of hope for the universe. Lyra joined him silently. Her presence was calm, reassuring, and somehow inspiring. She gestured toward the stars, then back at him as if to say, "This is just the beginning." Alex took a deep breath. "I don't know what's ahead," he said softly, "but I know we'll do everything we can." Lyra smiled faintly, a gesture that seemed almost human. "Together we can." And with that, the first step in humanity's most extraordinary adventure had begun. A journey not just across space, but into the heart of life itself. The stars outside the observation window twinkled like silent witnesses, and Alex felt a thrill of anticipation. Humanity had been given a chance to shine, to prove that courage, intelligence, and compassion could make a difference in the cosmos. And in that moment, he knew one thing with certainty. The universe would never be the same again. Captain Alex Rayner could not sleep. Even though the ship's engines hummed steadily and the stars stretched endlessly outside, his mind was alive with questions. The encounter with Lyra had been unlike anything he could have imagined. She was not just an alien. She represented hope, danger, and possibility all at once. Alex walked through the quiet corridors of the Aurora Dawn, passing sleeping crew members. The soft lights reflected off the metallic walls, giving the ship a calm, almost home-like atmosphere. Yet Alex felt no calm. How could he? Humanity had just been offered a role in something extraordinary, something that could change life across two worlds. He paused at the lab where Lieutenant Mara and a few engineers were already awake, examining alien equipment Lyra had brought aboard. Mara looked up when she saw him. "Can't sleep either, Captain?" she asked with a small smile. Alex shook his head. "Too many questions." "And too much responsibility," Mara nodded. "It's not just a mission anymore, is it? This is about life itself." Alex stepped into the lab. Lyra was already there, standing before a strange device that glowed softly, its design unlike anything human science had ever produced. Her bioluminescent markings pulsed with faint light as if she were communicating with the equipment. "Good morning, Captain," she said in her melodic voice. "We begin today. You human must understand. Important." Alex nodded. "Yes, Lyra, explain everything. I want to know what we're doing, how it works, and what could go wrong." Lyra's eyes sparkled. She gestured toward a holographic projection that appeared above the device. It displayed two intertwined strands of light, one representing human DNA, the other alien DNA. "Your life, human, strong, adaptable. My people, fragile, intelligent, but cannot survive star's death. Together we create new life. Hybrid live on both planets." Alex studied the projection. "You want to create a new species combining humans and your people?" Lyra nodded slowly. "Yes, careful, safe, must succeed, must live." Mara frowned. "Captain, this is incredible, but also frightening. The risks are enormous. Any mistake could destroy both samples." Alex looked at her, determination in his eyes. "I know, but think about what it means if we succeed. Humanity would be part of a living bridge between species. We could save a civilization. We could change the universe." The room was silent for a moment, everyone weighing the gravity of the task. Then Lyra spoke again, her voice calm but firm. "You human must choose, help us or leave, cannot wait long." Alex took a deep breath. "We'll help. But on one condition, we do this carefully. Every step must be analyzed, tested, and understood, nothing reckless." Lyra tilted her head slightly, her expression unreadable. Then she nodded. "Agreed, careful, smart, human." The next few hours were filled with explanation. Lyra described her planet, its dying star, and the fragile biology of her people. She showed Alex the genetic patterns they hoped to combine and explained how human adaptability could strengthen them. Alex listened carefully, absorbing every detail. His mind raced with possibilities. Humanity had always wondered if there were intelligent life in the universe. Now, not only had they found it, but they were being asked to become part of its future. Mara and the engineers started preparing the lab. They created a controlled environment where alien and human DNA could interact safely. The devices hummed with energy, responding to Lyra's touch and human commands alike. It was a delicate balance between alien technology and human ingenuity. Alex watched closely. He realized that humanity's strength was not just in technology, but in creativity and problem-solving. Lyra's species had intelligence, yes, but human adaptability could fill gaps no machine could predict. As the preparations continued, tensions grew. Some crew members whispered in corners, expressing doubts. "Can we trust her?" one engineer asked. "What if something goes wrong? We could be responsible for a disaster." Alex overheard them and approached. "I understand your fear. This is new, dangerous, and unknown. But look at it another way. We have a chance to do something incredible, to show that humanity can rise to challenges no one else could. Fear is natural, but courage is necessary." The crew exchanged glances. Slowly, the room's tension eased. Alex's words had reminded them that exploration always came with risk, and that risk was part of what made them human. Lyra then demonstrated the first step of her procedure. Using a combination of light energy and molecular manipulation, she carefully extracted a sample of her own DNA, forming it into a glowing, stable strand. Then she turned to the human samples Alex had brought from the ship's biolab. "Human DNA strong," she said. "We begin." Alex watched, fascinated and awed. He had read about genetic experiments and seen simulations in training, but nothing prepared him for this. The strands of DNA hovered in midair, glowing softly, as Lyra guided them closer together with careful gestures. The light from the DNA strands reflected in her silver eyes, creating a moment that seemed almost magical. Hours passed. The hybridization process was delicate and unpredictable. At one point, the alien DNA reacted unexpectedly, sending a small pulse of energy through the lab. The crew froze. "Status?" Alex asked quickly. Lyra examined the strands carefully. "Stable, need adjust, careful." Alex nodded, instructing Mara to make small, precise changes. Slowly, the DNA strands aligned correctly, intertwining to form a new hybrid pattern. The room was silent except for the hum of energy and the occasional click of a control console. Finally, Lyra stepped back. "First stage complete. Successful. Hybrid begins." The crew let out quiet murmurs of relief and wonder. Alex felt a surge of pride and amazement. Humanity had just achieved something no one could have imagined a generation ago. But there was still a long way to go. The hybrid had to grow, develop, and adapt to both human and alien biology. The challenges were far from over, and Alex knew that failure at any point could be catastrophic. As the day ended, he stood near the observation window again, watching the stars. Lyra joined him silently. "You, human strong," she said softly. "Good choice. Help hope." Alex smiled faintly. "We'll do everything we can, not just for your people but for the future. Humanity can rise to challenges like this. We always find a way." Lyra's gaze softened, and for a moment she looked almost like a human girl with hope shining in her eyes. Together, new life. The days that followed were filled with experiments, learning, and careful adjustments. Alex worked closely with Lyra, combining human intuition with alien science. The lab became a place of discovery, where the impossible slowly became possible. Crew members began to see the true potential of humanity. Even in the face of unknown dangers, they could think creatively, adapt quickly, and take responsibility for life itself. Alex felt proud, not just of himself, but of everyone aboard the Aurora Dawn. Yet amid the success, Alex could not shake a sense of caution. There were still unknowns. The hybrid was delicate and its future uncertain. But for the first time, humanity had been given the chance to step beyond survival, beyond mere existence. They had been given the chance to shape the universe. By the end of the week, the first fully stabilized hybrid sample was ready for observation. It was small, almost fragile, yet glowing with potential. Lyra held it carefully, her bioluminescent markings pulsing softly as if communicating with the new life. Alex watched, feeling a mixture of awe and responsibility. This was no longer just a mission. It was a testament to human courage, adaptability, and intelligence. Humanity had proven itself capable of extraordinary things. As he looked at the hybrid, Alex realized that this was only the beginning. There would be more challenges, more trials, and more risks, but with careful planning, courage, and cooperation, they could succeed. Humanity could rise to meet any challenge, even in the far reaches of space. Lyra turned to him, her eyes shining with hope. "Next stage, prepare. Life must grow. You human, ready?" Alex nodded firmly. "We're ready. Humanity has never backed down from a challenge. And we won't start now." The stars outside sparkled like witnesses to a new beginning. In that moment, Alex felt a deep sense of pride. Humanity was small, fragile, and untested in the vast universe, but it was capable of extraordinary things. And now, humanity had taken its first real step into a future that was bigger, brighter, and more alive than anyone could have imagined. The adventure was just beginning. The lab aboard the Aurora Dawn was alive with activity. Lights flickered, screens displayed strange patterns, and devices hummed with a gentle, almost musical tone. Captain Alex Rayner stood at the center, watching closely as Lyra guided the hybridization process. The glowing DNA strands floated in midair, responding to her gestures, while human scientists made delicate adjustments to stabilize the experiment. "This is incredible," Lieutenant Mara said, her voice tinged with awe. "I've seen genetic simulations, but nothing like this." "It's alive in a way I can't explain," Alex nodded. "It's not just science, it's creativity, intuition, and human determination." He stepped closer to the glowing hybrid strands. "We need to pay attention to every detail. One wrong move and we could lose everything." Lyra's silver eyes met his. "Careful, must work. Life delicate." The next few hours tested everything they had learned. The hybrid strands reacted unpredictably at times. A pulse of energy would surge through the lab, making the strands quiver or stretch in unexpected ways. Human DNA, though strong and adaptable, sometimes resisted the alien patterns. Lyra would adjust, and Alex and the crew would follow her guidance. "Captain," Mara said suddenly, pointing at a screen, "look at this. The hybrid is showing unexpected reactions. It's almost like it's trying to communicate." Alex leaned in, examining the display. Lines of glowing energy formed intricate patterns. They pulsed rhythmically, almost like a heartbeat. The hybrid was not just a combination of two species. It was a new being with its own intelligence. This is amazing," Alex whispered. "We're witnessing the birth of something completely new." But the process was not without danger. During one particularly delicate adjustment, a surge of energy caused the hybrid strands to destabilize. A sudden flash of light filled the lab, and the DNA strands flickered violently. "Shields up!" Alex shouted. He pressed emergency controls as the crew scrambled to stabilize the system. Lyra's markings glowed brighter, and she extended her hands toward the strands, concentrating intensely. Slowly, the energy settled, and the strands returned to their soft, rhythmic glow. "That was close," Mara said, exhaling heavily. "One more mistake like that and—" She trailed off, unable to finish the sentence. Alex placed a hand on her shoulder. "We learn from mistakes. That's what makes us human. We adapt, we try again, and we succeed." "This is what makes humanity special," Lyra nodded slowly. "Humans strong, intelligent, must try together." As the days passed, the crew and Lyra developed a routine. Every experiment began with careful observation, followed by delicate adjustments. Alex discovered that human creativity often filled gaps in the alien process. When the hybrid reacted in unexpected ways, he suggested small changes that no machine or alien calculation could have predicted. One morning, Lyra brought a new device into the lab. It was small, shaped like a crystal, and it emitted soft pulses of light. "This device measures hybrid's growth, help guide correct path," she explained. Alex examined it closely. "So this is like a bridge between human intuition and alien technology." "It helps us understand the hybrid better," Lyra nodded. "Yes, must use carefully. Life fragile." Using the device, the crew could now monitor the hybrid's development in real time. They observed patterns of energy, growth rates, and even subtle reactions that indicated awareness. The hybrid was learning, adapting, and responding to the environment in ways that amazed everyone. Despite the excitement, not all moments were easy. Some experiments failed and the hybrid occasionally regressed. The crew grew tense, worried about the implications. "We can't give up," Alex said one evening, addressing the entire lab team. "Every failure is a lesson. Every mistake teaches us something new. Humanity didn't survive by giving up, and neither will we. We are explorers, scientists, and problem solvers. This is what we do." His words inspired the crew. They returned to their work with renewed focus, determined to overcome each obstacle. Lyra, too, seemed encouraged. Her markings glowed brighter, and her gestures became more precise. She began teaching the crew about her species' biology, showing how alien energy fields could support life in ways human science could not fully explain. Alex listened intently, fascinated by her knowledge and ingenuity. One afternoon, an unexpected challenge arose. The hybrid began reacting violently to small fluctuations in energy. The glowing strands twisted and stretched unpredictably, creating a risk of complete destabilization. Alex immediately took control. "Everyone, step back. We need to stabilize it manually." Mara and the engineers followed his commands, carefully adjusting energy flows while Lyra concentrated on the hybrid with her hands. Slowly, the strands calmed, returning to their soft, steady glow. "That was too close," Mara said, wiping sweat from her forehead. "We almost lost it," Alex nodded. "Yes, but we didn't, and that's what matters. Humanity always finds a way." As the hybrid continued to grow, the crew noticed subtle signs of intelligence. It responded to energy pulses, adjusted its own form slightly, and even emitted patterns that resembled communication. The hybrid was no longer just an experiment. It was becoming a new life form, capable of learning and adapting. Alex felt a deep sense of pride. Humanity's creativity, intuition, and determination were making a difference. They were not just following alien instructions. They were contributing something uniquely human. One evening, Alex and Lyra stood together, observing the hybrid. Its glowing form pulsed softly, and the patterns of energy seemed almost musical. "You, human strong, learn fast," Lyra said quietly. Alex smiled. "We've always had to adapt to survive. That's what makes us human. We learn, we grow, and we find solutions." Lyra tilted her head, considering his words. "Yes, human special, must continue help life." The next few weeks were filled with challenges, but also small victories. The hybrid learned to stabilize its own energy, responding to minor changes without assistance. It showed curiosity, exploring the lab and interacting with the crew in ways that were both fascinating and encouraging. Alex realized that the hybrid was a symbol, not just of alien survival, but of humanity's potential. Their intelligence, creativity, and determination had earned a place in the creation of new life. Humanity had proven that they could rise to challenges no other species could. During one particularly quiet night, Alex reflected on the journey so far. He stood by the observation window, looking out at the stars. Humanity had always wondered what lay beyond their planet. Now, they were shaping life in a way that no one had imagined. Lyra joined him silently. Her eyes reflected the stars, and her markings pulsed softly. "Next stage growth, must be careful, life fragile," Alex nodded. "We'll do it together. Humanity never backs down from challenges, and we'll prove it again." As the hybrid continued to develop, the crew faced new obstacles. Energy fluctuations, unexpected reactions, and small failures tested their patience and ingenuity. Yet each problem was met with human creativity, alien knowledge, and teamwork. Slowly, the hybrid grew stronger, more stable, and more aware of its surroundings. It began to interact with the crew in ways that were both subtle and remarkable. It responded to light, energy, and sound. It seemed to recognize individuals, showing preferences for certain crew members based on their actions. Alex watched with pride as the hybrid demonstrated curiosity, intelligence, and adaptability, all traits that reflected the best of humanity. One day, the hybrid did something entirely unexpected. It pulsed a pattern of energy toward Alex, almost like a greeting. He approached slowly, extending his hand. The hybrid responded, shifting its glowing form to mirror his gesture. Mara gasped. "It's communicating. In its own way, it understands us," Alex smiled. "That's what makes this so special. It's not just life, it's life that reflects both human and alien potential. We've created something unique, something extraordinary." Lyra's eyes glimmered with pride. "Together, success. Life strong." By the end of Part 3, the hybrid had grown significantly, demonstrating stability, intelligence, and responsiveness. Humanity's ingenuity and adaptability had proven essential to the process. The crew had learned to trust each other, to combine human creativity with alien knowledge, and to rise to challenges no one could have predicted. Alex knew that greater trials awaited. The hybrid's growth was only the beginning, and future stages would require even more skill, patience, and courage. Yet for the first time, he felt confident. Humanity had earned its place in the story of life across the stars. Standing beside Lyra, watching the glowing hybrid pulse gently in the lab, Alex felt a surge of hope. This was not just an experiment. It was a bridge between worlds, a testament to what humanity could achieve, and a promise that courage, intelligence, and determination could shape the future of life itself. And in that moment, he knew one thing with certainty. Humanity was capable of rising to any challenge the universe could offer. Weeks had passed since the hybridization process began. The lab aboard the Aurora Dawn had become a place of wonder, filled with glowing lights, humming devices, and a sense of quiet anticipation. The hybrid, now more stable and responsive than ever, had grown noticeably. Its energy pulsed rhythmically, and its form shifted gently, revealing both human and alien traits. Captain Alex Rayner stood near the observation window, watching the hybrid interact with the environment. The crew moved around carefully, making minor adjustments to the lab's energy fields and monitoring systems. Each step was critical. Any mistake could disrupt the delicate balance they had worked so hard to achieve. "It's incredible," Lieutenant Mara whispered, kneeling beside a console. "I never imagined we could create life like this. It's learning, adapting, it's more than an experiment, it's alive." Alex nodded. "That's the point. Life is not just data or samples. It's curiosity, growth, and adaptation. Humanity has the chance to prove we can guide this responsibly." Lyra entered the lab, her silver eyes glowing softly. Her bioluminescent markings pulsed as she approached the hybrid. "Time, ready. Hybrid, first steps." Alex felt a surge of excitement. "First steps? You mean it's going to move?" Lyra nodded. "Yes, learn to respond, grow, life must experience world." The hybrid, sensing their attention, shifted its form slightly. A soft glow expanded across its body, and for a moment it hovered in midair, observing its surroundings. Then slowly it extended a small limb-like structure, testing its ability to interact with the environment. Mara gasped. "It's exploring, it's curious." Alex stepped closer, careful not to startle it. "That's remarkable. It's showing initiative, intelligence. This is the first real proof that our collaboration is working." Lyra placed a hand near the hybrid, her gestures delicate and precise. "Careful, guide, but not control. Life must choose." The hybrid responded to her touch, glowing more brightly. It moved a bit closer to Alex, tilting its form as if studying him. Its energy pulsed in rhythmic patterns that almost resembled a heartbeat. Alex reached out slowly, allowing the hybrid to sense his presence. For the first time, the hybrid mirrored his movements, extending a glowing limb toward him. Alex touched it gently. The energy was warm and vibrant, a tangible connection between human, alien, and the new life they had created. "It's communicating," Mara whispered. "Not with words, but with energy. It's learning from us." Alex smiled, a mixture of pride and wonder on his face. "This is what makes us human. Creativity, curiosity, patience. We're teaching it how to exist in this universe." Over the next several days, the hybrid continued to grow. It responded to light, sound, and touch. It experimented with movement, learning to balance and shift its form. The crew observed its progress with awe, amazed by the intelligence and adaptability it displayed. One morning, Lyra brought a new device into the lab. It resembled a small, floating orb, emitting gentle pulses of light. This device helped hybrid learn faster, measure energy, curiosity, understanding, she explained. Alex examined the orb carefully. "So this enhances its learning without forcing it. It's guidance, not control." Lyra nodded. "Yes, must be careful. Life, fragile. growth delicate. Using the orb, the hybrid began to display more complex behaviors. It learned to navigate small obstacles, respond to gestures, and even imitate simple patterns of energy that the crew introduced. Alex watched, fascinated. Humanity's creativity and intuition were directly influencing the hybrid's development, proving that human adaptability was invaluable in ways alien technology alone could not achieve. Despite the excitement, challenges remained. The hybrid occasionally reacted unpredictably to energy fluctuations, sometimes destabilizing for short periods. The crew worked tirelessly, adjusting parameters, monitoring readings, and learning alongside the hybrid. Each difficulty was met with careful observation and innovation. Alex realized that this process mirrored humanity itself. Humans thrived not because life was easy, but because they faced challenges, adapted, and overcame obstacles. The hybrid's journey reflected their own resilience, and guiding it successfully was a testament to what humanity could achieve. One evening, as the hybrid hovered near the observation window, Alex reflected on their progress. Its glowing form seemed almost to reflect the stars outside, a symbol of possibility and potential. "It's more than survival," he said quietly to Mara. "This is life, curiosity, and hope, all in one being. Humanity is proving that courage and intelligence can shape the future." Mara nodded. "It's remarkable. We're witnessing the birth of a new species, and it's learning from us as much as we are learning from it." Lyra appeared beside them. "Next stage, growth beyond lab, must experience world, understand life outside controlled space." Alex's brow furrowed. "You mean take it out of the lab?" Lyra's markings pulsed gently. "Yes, small steps safe. Learn, adapt. Life must experience environment." The decision weighed heavily on Alex. The lab provided safety, control, and observation, but Lyra was right. For the hybrid to truly thrive, it needed to interact with a larger environment. Carefully, they began preparing a small chamber outside the lab, equipped with protective energy fields and monitoring systems. When the day arrived, the hybrid took its first steps into the chamber. At first, it hesitated, glowing dimly as if unsure of the new space. Then slowly, it moved forward, exploring walls, lights, and obstacles. Its energy pulsed rhythmically, adjusting to each new stimulus. Alex watched with pride. "This is remarkable. Humanity's guidance, combined with alien knowledge, is creating life that can learn, adapt, and thrive. This is what HFY, humans in the universe, truly means." The hybrid continued to explore, showing signs of curiosity and problem-solving. It manipulated objects, responded to gestures, and even initiated small tests on its own. The crew marveled at its intelligence and adaptability, realizing that this life form was a reflection of both species' strengths. As the hybrid grew stronger and more confident, Alex reflected on humanity's role in the universe. Humans were young, fragile, and untested on a cosmic scale, yet they had creativity, courage, and intelligence. They could solve problems, adapt to challenges, and shape the future of life. The hybrid was proof that humanity could rise to extraordinary tasks. One day, the hybrid did something unexpected. It emitted a pattern of energy toward Alex, forming shapes and sequences that resembled communication. Alex stepped closer, studying the patterns carefully. Slowly, he realized that it was trying to convey recognition, perhaps even gratitude. Mara watched in awe. "It's trying to communicate directly. In its own way, it understands us and it's responding." Alex smiled. "This is what makes humanity special. We've always been explorers, problem solvers, and creators. Now we're shaping life itself, teaching it how to exist in this universe." Lyra approached, her markings glowing brightly. "Together, success. Life strong, must continue, teach, guide, protect." The hybrid's growth continued, becoming more stable, intelligent, and aware. It interacted with the crew, learning from both human intuition and alien guidance. The lab had become a place of discovery, innovation, and hope. As Part 4 drew to a close, the hybrid had taken its first real steps into the world beyond the lab. It was learning, adapting, and showing signs of intelligence and awareness. Humanity's courage, creativity, and adaptability had been essential to its development. The hybrid was not just a life form, it was proof that humans could rise to challenges no one else could. Alex stood beside Lyra watching the glowing being explore. "This is only the beginning," he said softly. "There will be more challenges, more learning, and more growth, but humanity can rise to meet them all." Lyra nodded, her eyes reflecting hope. "Yes, human strong. Together, future bright." Outside the observation window, the stars shimmered like witnesses to a new era. Humanity had proven that it could guide life, adapt to challenges, and shape the future. The hybrid was the beginning of something extraordinary, a bridge between species and a symbol of hope across the stars. And in that moment, Alex knew that humanity's courage, intelligence, and creativity would continue to shine, lighting the path for life in the universe. The hybrid had grown considerably since its first steps outside the lab. Its energy pulsed brightly, its form more defined, and its awareness clearer than ever. Captain Alex Rayner stood in the observation chamber of the Aurora Dawn, watching the glowing being explore a carefully constructed environment designed to mimic conditions from both Earth and Lyra's home planet. "It's incredible," Lieutenant Mara whispered beside him. "I've never seen anything like this. It's learning faster than we imagined. Its intelligence, it's beyond what we expected." Alex nodded, his eyes fixed on the hybrid. "It's more than intelligence. It's curiosity, creativity, and adaptability, all traits of humanity. That's what makes this so special. We're not just observing life, we're guiding it." Lyra appeared at his side, her bioluminescent markings glowing gently. "Yes, human strong. Together life grow, must continue teach, protect." Alex turned to her. "We have to prepare it for more than the lab. It needs to experience the world fully. It must understand space, gravity, light, and energy as they exist outside controlled environments." Lyra nodded. "Small steps safe, experience important. Life must adapt." The next few days were spent carefully expanding the hybrid's environment. The crew built a larger chamber with varying surfaces, light levels, and energy patterns. The hybrid adapted quickly, moving confidently across new terrain, reacting to stimuli, and experimenting with its form. Its energy pulses formed patterns that seemed almost musical, expressing emotion and awareness. Alex watched with a mixture of pride and amazement. Humanity had played a crucial role in shaping this new life. Their creativity, intuition, and courage had helped the hybrids survive and thrive in ways alien technology alone could not achieve. One afternoon, the hybrid reacted in a way that surprised everyone. It emitted a pattern of energy that formed shapes resembling human and alien symbols. Alex stepped forward, studying the display carefully. "It's communicating," Mara said, her voice full of wonder. "It's combining elements from both species. It recognizes us and understands the guidance we've given." Alex smiled. "This is exactly what we hoped for. Humanity's traits are visible in its behavior, adaptability, problem-solving, curiosity. It's proof that we can rise to challenges no one else could." Lyra placed her hand near the hybrid, her markings glowing brightly. "Together, strong, future, bright, must prepare new stage." Alex looked at her, curiosity mixed with determination. "You mean it's time for the hybrid to interact with the outside world, your planet?" Lyra nodded. "Yes, small steps first. Must test, ability to survive, adapt. Life must experience." The thought filled Alex with both excitement and concern. Taking the hybrid to an alien world posed risks, but it was necessary. For the hybrid to fulfill its purpose, it needed to experience its home environment, understand gravity, weather, energy flows, and the complexities of Lyra's planet. Humanity's role would be to guide it carefully, ensuring safety while allowing growth. Preparations took several days. The hybrid chamber was fitted into a protective energy capsule, capable of shielding it from environmental extremes. Alex and Lyra oversaw every detail, ensuring that energy fields, sensors, and monitoring systems were flawless. The crew worked tirelessly, aware that this was a pivotal moment in history. When the capsule was ready, Alex and Lyra guided the hybrid inside. Its glowing form pulsed with curiosity, sensing the changes around it. Alex spoke softly, as if offering reassurance. "You've grown so much, little one. You've learned, adapted, and thrived. Now it's time to experience the world fully. Be careful, be curious, and trust in what you've learned." The hybrid responded with a soft pulse of energy, almost like an acknowledgement. Lyra's markings glowed brightly. Life, ready. The launch to Lyra's planet was smooth. The energy capsule protected the hybrid from turbulence as the ship entered orbit. Alex and Lyra observed carefully, monitoring energy levels and environmental adaptation. The planet below was alive with vibrant colors, bioluminescent forests, and rivers that glowed faintly in the twilight. Alex exhaled slowly. "This is incredible. Humanity helped create life that can now experience another world. This is more than exploration. This is creation." Lyra smiled faintly. Together, life strong, future hope. The hybrid was released into a carefully secured landing area. At first, it hovered, glowing softly, sensing gravity, wind, and ambient energy. Then it took its first steps on solid ground. Its movements were cautious but confident. Alex and Lyra watched as it explored the surroundings, interacting with plants, energy flows, and small animals native to the planet. "It's adapting perfectly," Mara said, monitoring readings from the ship. "Its responses show understanding, learning, and curiosity. It's thriving," Alex nodded. "This is humanity's achievement as much as yours, Lyra. Our intelligence, courage, and adaptability help shape it. Humanity is capable of creating hope, even across species." As the hybrid explored, Lyra's people arrived. Small groups of aliens, curious and cautious, approached the new life form. There was initial hesitation, but the hybrid responded gently, its glowing energy forming patterns that seemed to communicate peace and understanding. Alex watched with pride. Humanity's influence was visible in the hybrid's behavior, intelligence, curiosity, and the ability to form trust. Lyra's people observed in awe, realizing that this new life form was a bridge between species, a symbol of collaboration and hope. One of Lyra's elders stepped forward, speaking in a melodic language that the translator converted. "This being, it is a child of two worlds. It carries life, intelligence, and hope. It will help our people survive and thrive." Lyra's eyes glimmered. "Yes, thanks, human." Life strong, future bright. Alex felt a surge of pride and humility. Humanity, young and untested in the cosmos, had played a crucial role in creating life that could bridge worlds. Their creativity, courage, and intelligence had made a difference, proving that humans could rise to challenges that no one else could. Over the next few weeks, the hybrid continued to explore and learn. It adapted to environmental changes, interacted with both human and alien technology, and displayed problem-solving skills. It became a symbol of hope, a living testament to the potential of life guided by intelligence, creativity, and courage. Alex realized that humanity had earned a place in the wider galaxy. Their actions had shown that humans were not just survivors, they were creators, innovators, and collaborators. They had demonstrated that courage, intelligence, and adaptability could shape the future of life itself. Lyra approached Alex one evening, her markings glowing softly in the twilight of the alien world. "Human, strong, helped life, must continue together." "Universe many challenges," Alex smiled. "Yes, Lyra, humanity will continue to rise to challenges. We've proven that our intelligence, courage, and creativity can make a difference. This is only the beginning. The hybrid approached, glowing brightly, and pulsed a rhythmic pattern that seemed almost like a greeting. Alex extended his hand, and the hybrid mirrored him, forming a connection that symbolized unity, hope, and shared purpose. Mara watched silently. This is what humanity was meant to do. We create, we adapt, we rise to challenges, and we inspire life. Alex nodded, feeling a deep sense of pride. Humanity had begun as a fragile species on a small planet, uncertain of its place in the universe. Now they had shaped life across worlds, collaborated with an alien species, and created a bridge that represented hope and possibility. The stars above shimmered in silent approval. Alex looked up, imagining the countless worlds humanity had yet to reach, the life they had yet to touch, and the challenges they would face. But he knew one thing with certainty: humanity was ready. The hybrid continued to explore, glowing brightly and adapting to its surroundings. It was a symbol of the collaboration between species, a living testament to courage, intelligence, and adaptability. Alex knew that as long as humans remained curious, brave, and creative, there would always be hope. Lyra placed her hand on Alex's shoulder. Together, life strong, future bright, humanity honored, Alex smiled. It's humanity and yours, Lyra. Together, we've created something extraordinary. This is just the beginning of what we can achieve across the stars. As the alien sun set, casting a warm glow over the landscape, Alex watched the hybrid interact with Lyra's people. It was learning, adapting, and inspiring hope. Humanity had proven that intelligence, courage, and creativity were not limited to surviving. They could create life, shape worlds, and illuminate the future. For the first time, Alex felt a profound certainty. Humanity's journey among the stars had only just begun, and their potential was limitless. They had proven that even in the vastness of space, humans could rise to challenges no one else could, leaving a mark that would endure for generations. The hybrid pulsed softly, glowing brightly, a living symbol of unity between species. And as Alex gazed at it, he knew that this was the dawn of a new era, a future where humanity's courage, intelligence, and adaptability could shine across the universe. The stars stretched endlessly above, and humanity's place among them was secure. They had proven themselves, and their story of hope, collaboration, and life would continue to inspire across worlds. A new dawn had arrived.